Hello reefers, aquarium lovers, and hobbyists. My name is Jeremy Wade and I am your Canadian Reef Master. Today I'm fragging my Fimbriphiliae coral, or my frog spawn. It's grown a little bit too big and keeps toppling over, so I figured that I'd cut it up and put it on some new frag discs. For this we're going to need, of course, our frag discs. I have 3 of them. I'm going to use the disc that it's already on as well. You're going to need some crazy glue, of course, eye protection, and a Dremel tool. Make sure that you don't electrocute yourself because we are using electricity. Keep your Dremel down so that water doesn't trickle down it to give you a nice zap. As well, you don't want to fall into your frag pond. So let's get started. I also have my coral ready in this little bucket here full of tank water, and I'll put the coral frags back in that as I proceed with the fragging. So let's get started. We're going to have a look at the coral that we are going to frag. We need to inspect it so that we know where we're going to cut so that we don't cause any damage to the tissue of the coral. So I'm going to make cuts lower down on the skeleton that will give a nice flat base for fragging the coral. I'm going to have my frag plugs ready, as well as my glue. I'm going to let the frags drop actually into my bowl of water, as it will be a little bit more gentle than dropping them on the actual table. Again, we're going to want to have dry hands with the Dremel tool so that we do not cause an electrocution, and we're going to keep our hands downwards so that we don't have water running up the Dremel. The Dremels are very effective. I'm using a diamond blade at cutting the coral. I'm going to start probably with this one, cut here, and then continue around. I'll probably get 3 or 4 frags out of this coral. So we're going to start the coral up, and we're going to make the cut. And I think I'll probably leave this one on this frag base, or it looks like it could probably make a clean cut, so maybe we'll do that. And there we have our beautiful frags. I'm going to now glue them onto the frag bases. I broke the remaining coral skeleton off this base so that I could use it. And there we have the actual frag base that we cut. You can see the beautiful patterning, and that is where the gastroderm extends down to in the coral, or the digestive cells. These digestive cells also actually contain a number of stem cells. That's why we're able to cut coral into sections and have that coral heal and grow into new coral. Let's have a look here. I'm going to get my glue ready. I'm going to put a fair amount of glue on each frag plug. It's good to seal up the base of the corals that you cut to ensure that any gastroderm is protected from anything that could infect it or bore into the base of the coral. There are many different mollusks and other creatures that may cause damage from boring up through the coral into the actual gastroderm. This leaves the coral open for infection, and you often will see things like brown jelly disease develop. We can take each of the coral now We can have a look at the base. We've cut away from the tissue. The base looks good, and we're gonna just place it onto that frag plug like that. The salt water will help cure the actual crazy glue. With the bicarbonate, it helps set it. There's our second frag. We're gonna throw that on this one here. Looks nice. Our third frag is actually a splitting frag. So there's two heads on this one. We might add some more crazy glue to that one. And our final head that we have got, we'll head onto this beautiful little frag disc. It's being a little bit tricky to place, so just move it around so that the crazy glue can take hold. And there we go, we have 4 beautiful Fimbriphiliae. I'm going to put them back into this water for now just to let them have a rest, and then I'm going to move them back into the main display tank. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of me fragging my Fimbriphiliae coral. Now this also works with Euphyllia coral, which are the torch corals. Fimbriphiliae are the octospawn, the frog spawn, and the hammer coral. Make sure that you don't have these coral touching, of course, in the tank, because those torch coral will absolutely destroy your Fimbriphiliae. And at the price that these coral are, we don't want that. Now I'm going to get these coral back into the tank. I better pull up my sleeves so that I can get these coral back in because they are looking great. They're still reseeded and this will take a couple days, maybe even a day for them to open back up as I've had them out of the tank. When you do your fragging, it's best to kind of disturb the coral a little bit so that they pull all those tentacles back into the skeleton so you don't damage or cut those off by accident. So let's get these back into the pond. Here are the frags in the pond. They are looking great. As you can see, I have a whole forest of this Fimbriphiliae right next to it, and it opens up to be a beautiful orange color. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check some of my other videos out, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.